Hello, beautiful people. Welcome and welcome. Here we are talking about the energy of spirit. We are allowing you, everybody, we're allowing the earth, we're allowing the humankind to come in to a spiritual connection again, meaning that we can connect, we can awaken. And instead of thinking about awakening, we can return to that energy connection that is natural, that is of spirit. So when we, see the world around us, the world is like beautifully orchestrated, that like everything is spoken of already. Everything out there is already known, so to speak. So everything is put out there so that we can connect, to kind of understand and see and hear the words. And yet words are where we get kind of lost, because there's something about speaking the word, and there's something different to the connection to the word. So we have kind of come to a world where now every word is spoken and every word can be disconnected. So to connect is now available for us to choose. It is to allow for the awakening to happen. The awakening means we are bringing back connection to the words, bring connection back into life. We can see life. Everything is around us is life. All the descriptions, all the colors, all the colors. And yet, and just like the body, we can see the body, we can feel the body, we can describe the body as fat, as skinny, as white, as black, as pretty, as ugly, as better or worse. And yet we might not necessarily be connected. That is kind of the secret, so to speak, that we can connect. But to understand what connection is, we also have to understand what disconnection is. So when I first undertook this journey of awakening, I realized I was already awake. Everybody is awake. It's not like, ooh, we have to be awake. No, we're already experiencing that aliveness of ourselves as the one that is living our life. And then, but then we have everything out there as our body, as everything else, that we kind of remain disconnected from. We become locked into their judgment of everything that is out there, wanting to constantly fix, wanting to improve. So then we go into kind of, we go into therapy, or we go into spirituality, and we want to fix. You want to be happy. We go on in search for happiness. And yet we kind of know already kind of what happiness is, but we don't really, we have experienced it when we were little, but we kind of lost, we kind of get bamboozled by different experiences, by different emotions, by different thoughts. So we can, some people kind of go on search in spirituality, and they get this thing and they feel good for a while, and then they start on this diet and then they feel good for a while, and then they cut out alcohol, they feel good for a while, they cut out meat, or they start meditating like this, and they start doing this, and they're constantly just kind of searching still, because everything will feel good for a while. So that is where, for me, I wasn't really interested in, I wasn't curious about spirituality. It didn't really, seeing the people that is spiritual, they don't really look less depressed or less worried or less stressed than everybody else. Their bodies don't look more healthy. So we can kind of, it doesn't necessarily draw us in, or it didn't draw me in. And yet when I kind of awakened to the spirit, that connection to the teacher that brought about spirit, I realized that I was alive. So I realized I was alive. Then when I had to take that into consideration, then suddenly I realized that I had perceived me. I had not really thought about what does it mean to be awake. And when I realized that I was awake, I was alive, then I realized that it actually could, that everything else, I also realized that I kind of saw it in a dead way. There was like a machine, like a matrix. Everything is, the body is like, fix this, do this. I need to do and fix things. But I realized that there was a path that could awaken the body, awaken life, awaken all the different connections with life in ourselves. And that it depended on me, but it also depended on guidance. It also depended on the teacher. So I realized that there was a path and a trust and a perseverance and a patience and an openness and a wanting and a readiness and an easefulness, a simplicity. There were many aspects to kind of come together. So then when I was touched with the body being awake, then I experienced the energy of spirit, because I realized it was just like, oh, energy, I'm energy, or that is energy, or people can be like, oh, I sense energy, or I have warm hands, or different ways of engaging with energy, depending on what you've been learning, or maybe you feel energy when you breathe a lot, or if you have an orgasm, you feel like, oh, tingling, you can feel energy. Realize that the point of energy was that it is of spirit, and it leads you back to spirit, and hence we can awaken to spirit. So I realized the purpose was important. As the awakening, why many people can awaken a little bit to different things, but then they get stuck in, I want to fix and organize. Because the mind starts to be like, where do we go? But we forget that awakening isn't something you do, it is something that happens to you. Let me say that again. It's not something you do, it's something that happens to you. So we can open to it, but it needs a readiness. Your soul, kind of from the deeper place, there's an uncomfortability to open to something unknown. Trust in spirit, trust in the teacher that is the guidance that has already been to the other side to awaken the spiritual connection so we can allow the energy to return and we can open up the gates of the body, of being, of the mind, of spirit. There's these different gates that we kind of need to move through. So that is where the teacher comes in. There's a faith. You have to trust the teacher, but you also have to trust yourself that there is something in you that is ready to kind of connect with this. That means that you are willing to come back. You're willing to reach out and connect. Like here, you might be here for the first time, or you might be there many times, but a way of connecting is to like, subscribe, or share and comment, and kind of there to open up. Are you ready to connect? Are you wanting to say yes? And you see the comment be like, yes, I am ready. So there's a readiness that comes in to awaken, because when you realize that you are awake, and then when you connect with energy, life moves. Life moves on behalf of you. But only when you come from grace. It is the grace of God that is kind of the guiding hand, so to speak. So we can just want many things, and we've kind of lost connection with what we want, because we want everything that everybody we want money, we want this, we want that, we want happiness, but we don't really know what happiness is. So when we look at our life, it's like, well, is this what happiness is? Happiness is in spite of our life. We have to honor our life, and happiness comes in spite of our life, and then our spiritual connection, our spiritual being can grow in that connection when we dare to honor our life, and we dare to show up, and we dare to say hi, and we dare to realize that, as if you are coming and listening to these many times, these Wednesdays of ease, then there's something calling you. These sessions have kind of an energy to them. They're building up. We're having a retreat coming in a month's time, 17th to the 19th of March, going beyond the veil. So we're setting the energy out. It is windy today here, so it's because there's a lot of energy coming in. It is coming in to touch you wherever you are. Whenever you are listening to this talk, it is coming to touch you. The beauty of awakening the body is that you literally will notice that you get filled with energy, and that you can feel resistance, you can feel weird stuff happening. That's why I sometimes like, let me know, ask me some questions here on live, or DM me later and be like, what's going on, or comment afterwards, and I might see it. Something is going on. You might experience weird stuff as the body starts shaking loose, as you open up, as spirit comes in. Life brings color to your reality, and the lights and the sounds and the smells and the earth all can bring freshness and come in a new way, where you see it in a new way. All these small experiences are something that kind of happens a little bit at a time. That's why it requires perseverance and patience and faith, because this is an awakening that is a little bit incomprehensible. No one who comes to me will understand completely what's going on. And if you understand it already and you come like, oh, I understand it, most likely you don't. That means that you might understand the words, but the experience of it, it is almost a path down into the unknown. So it is a joyous journey, and that energy of spirit will literally bring you back into spirit. So that is where inside becomes outside. You can't just focus on me, or you can't just focus on others or God. You have to focus both inside and outside. That's where you realize that the outside and the inside will coexist, and it will kind of come to balance as you awaken to your power, awaken to love, awaken to reality, awaken to spirit. Your life will balance itself out in different ways that will bring harmony to your life. But harmony from the mind is perceived differently than harmony in its actual experience, because every life has harmony when you allow it to be. So yeah. And that's why we bring these talks. They have a different energy every Wednesday. My retreats coming up with a couple of months in between, physical or online, they're bringing in an energy. My book, my upcoming book coming out in a few weeks, we're bringing more clarity, more wisdom, bringing this potential, showing the teacher so that the light of the heavens can come in. And that is what the world needs and what many people are ready to. So if you watch it now or later, you're here for a reason. And please like, subscribe, and say hi and comment. And we will start this journey together, setting sails and letting the wind of energy, the wind of spirit, guide this journey as it has guided me. So I'm just giving you the potential to step onto the path that I myself has taken. And as I have taken it, I am back to guide you on your path. So it is beautiful to see you guys here, and let's bring it in. If you are new, let's close your eyes. There's a sun coming in, there's an energy coming in, there's a stiffness coming in, there's a pain, there's an openness, there's an excitement coming in. There's a sirens coming in. And let that energy, wow, it literally, the sun just came in. Let yourself receive the sounds, the smells, the energy of the space as spirit is transcending into this space for you to interact. You might not experiencing now, but you might actually suddenly in a couple of days notice something, and you might be like, oh, I notice it now, or I feel it now. Or you might dream tonight, you might have weird dreams, or you might suddenly dream of different stuff. They might come alive more. You might stay up all night, not really being able to sleep because suddenly you're filled with energy. Suddenly, energy moves within you. So let's just close your eyes. It's kind of like a prayer. You are like opening yourself up, opening the shoulders, letting the shoulders drop, letting your hips drop a little bit, shaking it loose, and just kind of receiving the energy of spirit. Yeah, and as it comes, it almost comes like waves where you can get shook a little bit and drop it, keep dropping it, hips down into your, then it goes down into your knees and into your feet. And you might feel some heat in your toes, under your feet, like heaviness under your sole of your foot. So the energy is with us today, right now. Spirit is with us. And it kind of flows up again through your body, opens you up, almost like a bubble just bursting inside, expanding in your chest, in your belly, in your knees, in your feet, in your head, in your neck, as it kind of expands up. Almost like a breath, just as you just kind of get filled with energy, filled with breath. And through the energy, you come alive. Your connection to life, it's like the mirror. Everything around is alive because you are alive. You are alive because everything is alive. Everything is alive because God is alive. Everything is alive because spirit walks. We are spirit being walked. Yeah, and then it kind of breathes out as it's so it is. We are here together again. Maybe a long time since we have been in this space together. We're opening up this journey, setting sails, getting the hat ready, stepping into the maturity of being, of body, being, mind, spirit, allowing ourselves to bring ease, which is this energy of spirit. We're bringing ease back into life. We're bringing energy back into life. We are awakening life. So, good. Perfect. Yes, I'm looking forward to liking and following and commenting and letting me know if you're ready. Say yes and say maybe let me know in a few days if something is moving within. Anyway, it has been a beautiful Wednesday, and I might chat with you I might hear from you in the comment section, or I might see you again next Wednesday or the next time I post something. And yeah, there's a retreat coming up in a month's time, so that's going to be fun. There's energy awakening. There's a new journey ahead. and many people are ready for these connections. And I will see you soon. Have a beautiful day, guys.